Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith. This is All Things Tenerife. Okay, this vlog, again, maybe a quick one, maybe not. I never tell when I start these things, and particularly not the subject I'm going to talk about. Right, every now and then, anyone who subscribes to this channel or has subscribed to it for a period of time, they know that every now and then I throw out a mental health, I don't call it an alert, but a mental health vlog, something that might have been on my mind or something someone I came across or whatever. This one is as a result of someone I met, but it's more a general, the conversation made me think of my own mental health and where I was at the moment. Let me spin this around for a sec, hold on, so I need to put my glasses back on. It's very sunny. Not to mention that's far. That is beautiful. I did actually do that helicopter ride last year. It was fantastic. Okay, I digress. So, mental health, and I suppose specifically from my, well, not specifically from my subscribers, but from my experience, it's men's mental health. We just don't talk, we don't deal with things, we don't deal with anything properly. We literally bury our head in the sand and we internalize all these things. Last couple of days, I'm over here, as you know, for Paddy's Week, and I'm vlogging up to obviously Paddy's Day, and then I got home the following day. But this is my third time this year traveling on my own. Now, as I said, to most people, bliss. Traveling on my own, I'm delighted with myself. Not me. Initially, well, now I'm better, but initially it was petrifying. And no fear of flying. I love to fly. In fact, turbulence puts me to sleep, so that's not the issue. The issue is people, and I've said this before, and I know subscribers who have met me, particularly some have just met me over the last couple of days. We've had such a great laugh, we've had great fun together. But last night, I have to say, was a struggle. I went up to Tenerife to meet Tim for his Freaky Friday. No disrespect to Tim. Tim's a lovely guy, and I've done live vlogs live with him before, and yeah, as I said, it's not about the people I was with, and this is kind of my point. It's about it's people. It's I can't explain it. I arrived up there in Tenerife, and there was a game of Sticky 13 going on at the time, which I've never heard or seen before. So I arrive and there's a lot of shouting going on. There's a bar full of people. I'm in a strange place I've never been in before. I've never been down to Tenerife before. Hola.
You're with the camera?
YouTube, yes.
Only by me you get the best prizes. You know where I am?
Come on, tell me about yourself.
I'm Tenzo, I'm from Holland. If you need some excursions, you know where we are. You're always welcome.
Okay, so this is down on Fanabi Beach. Pay them a visit if you're looking for a trip. Yeah, I'll leave it at that without that. So, back to my favourite little bar, or little healthy coffee shop, Suka, where I get some of the best fruit smoothies and acai bowls on the island. Now, here I am digressing yet again. Yeah, so conversation down last night. So, as I said, Sticky 13 was on. Everybody's going, man, there's a great buzz to the place. I've never been in Tenerife before, so it was a first for me. And actually it was quite nice. I said, as an area, it's lovely actually. I almost actually paid another visit to it. But, well, I want is, I suppose the point of what I'm trying to say is that when I went to go in, I had a shutdown. This has happened to me before. I remember a very good friend of mine leaving work, and who I got on very well with, and it was his leaving due. I got as far as the door of the restaurant, and I turned around and walked back because I couldn't walk through the door. There were too many people. As I said, my favourite expression when this happens to me is, it's too peoply. and it's the only way I can explain it. It's not, excuse me, it's not a dislike of the people. It's nothing to do with the company or anything like that. It's purely, there's too many people there. My brain goes into overload for some god unknown reason. And last night was quite similar. But now, as opposed to, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, when I would have just had a meltdown and walked away, I didn't. I kept going. Went in, but my heart was racing, mouth going dry, and I know these people. Like Rick was there, Tim was there, Anne and Dave. These people are very comfortable with, and people who I trust in the short time I've met them. Some of them are subscribers to me, and some of them are friends from the island. But yeah, pretty much what's happening to me now, which is bizarre. I get this where I almost panic, so my breath starts to increase, so like this fight and flight thing. And it's mainly because I'm trying to get information out, and you're kind of reliving. I'm kind of reliving the effect of last night. The only difference was last night I would have been quiet during it, so I wouldn't have said anything. So I took part to the back of the live. I did eventually have a chat with Tim, but I didn't put myself forward because I didn't want it. I didn't feel comfortable with it. It just wasn't fitting I suppose my emotion that night. And we had a lovely night. I mean, we came back to Los Cristianos, we had some food together, and it was a lovely night. But when I went home, back to the apartment, again, it felt very isolated. I felt very just strange. Now, I've been taught by my psychiatrist and by my mental health counsellor, and through the course that I've done myself, because I am a mental health counsellor in a company I work with, how to deal with these things. And I did, I dealt with it. But it's still overwhelming. It still sits on you, and you have to think about it, and you're very conscious of it. But it's I've learned to deal with it, but I've learned to deal with it because I accepted that I have it, and that it's part of who I am. And if I don't, I suppose if I don't come to terms with it and I don't manage it, then it controls me. And that's kind of what I'm saying. So if there's a situation in your life that overwhelms you to the point where you shut down, and I've been there. I've been in this place where it's not even an emptiness. It's a strange feeling. I call it a void. It's not even just an emptiness. It's a vacuum. It's a complete and total. There's nothing there. No thought, no anything. But that's not a good place to be. So voila. It's not a good place to be. So you have to think of how you fix this, and you won't fix it on your own. You eventually have to get to the stage or get the knowledge and understanding of yourself to be able to fix it on your own. But the beginning of it, the start of that recovery, you have to get help. You cannot, I don't care who you are, I don't care how strong you are or how strong you think you are, you have to get help. And that's not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's very much a sign of strength, that you have the strength to get help for what you need, for what's upsetting you, what's bothering you. Because to live your life like that isn't living. So you have to take charge. You have to put your big boy pants on, as they say. Step up to the mark and say, right, one, I'm worth living. I'm worth being alive. I have worth. And you have to convince yourself of this, whether you believe it or not at the time when this starts, because obviously you won't feel you have any worth when you're in that situation, when you're in that position, when life has kind of put you in there for whatever reason. You don't have a sense of worth, so you have to create it, which is maybe why I do this. This is like therapy for me. It gives me a sense of worth, because I meet people I like and I chat and whatever, and it forces me to come out of myself And that's the thing, that's the most important part of it, is that it forces me to come out and walk the streets of Tenerife. Granted, the sun helps, and the stunning views, and lots of vitamin D, but it does help, and it helps me because I know that somebody, maybe only one person out there, gets helped, and this is worth it. That's not 100% why I do this, because, as you say, I'm a vlogger who has a mental health issue. It's not the other way around. It doesn't take my life over, but every now and then it does affect it, and not just mine, my partner and my family. So there's no question about that, even people I work with. But I suppose my point I want to finish on is the fact that for whatever reason, be it, I don't know, loss of a job, loss of a loved one, I don't know, your history, your past, whatever's happened, none of that is in your control, and none of that is your fault. Not one element of it. Where you are in life now, circumstances put you there. You know, life has put you into that position. So if you're sitting in that position and you're, I don't know, feeling that you can't cope, it's overwhelming, that the world is overwhelming, that life is overwhelming, well then it's time you picked up the phone. I know it's a cliche, but there are people out there, there's Samaritans, there's all sorts of helplines you can go onto and ring them. I'm going to throw it out there for anyone listening here, any subscriber who knows somebody who's in that situation, please forward my details to them. My email address is on my page, and please message me. If you're that bad and you're that desperate, message me, I'll talk to you. I've been there, I'm not saying I'm an expert because I'm not, but I do know where you need to go to get help. And I do know, and harsh as it is, you're the one that has to do it, nobody else. But it's an adventure, I suppose, because the flip side of where I was 3 years ago is nothing compared to what it's miles apart, it's worlds apart. And yes, I still have things about it, still have issues with it on a daily basis in my situation, because that's my condition. It never goes away, but I deal with it every day, and it creates an inner strength that you don't realize you have. And if you're still standing, you're still above ground, and you're in that situation, you're a hell of a lot stronger than you think, because you are still here. You've survived. If you're listening to this and you felt like shit yesterday, you survived another day. You're still here. So just make this day a better one, and that's all you have to do, is keep making this day better than yesterday. Even if it's only in a small way, do it. Make it a better day for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to leave you there. Looking after each other. Most importantly, looking after yourself. But, and I genuinely mean this, if you have an issue and you feel you need someone to talk to, please give me a bell. Message me, private message me. Find some way, I'll get in touch with you and I'll talk you through. There's always someone there who cares, no matter how bad you think it is, and no matter how bad you think life is.